Hey everybody, it's Dr. Mark Hyman. Welcome to my weekly house call, your chance to ask me your questions. And on this week's episode, we're going to talk about heartburn and yeast overgrowth. Now, we've got some great questions. Let's look at the first one. The first question is by Lori. So let's listen to what Lori has to say and what she's wondering about with her health.
Hi, Dr. Hyman and team. I've adopted the EFGT philosophy for 9 months now, and I've lost 27 of 60 pounds I need to drop. I'm active again. I want to take my health to the next level, but I've had 24-hour-a-day heartburn for a year. My question is, should I continue to assimilate the EFGT way of living or not? My naturopathic doctor tried to help me lose the burn naturally, but it persists. I have a tiny hernia above my belly button. In desperation, I went back to my MD in July. She put me on PPIs and Zantac and says it's for life. I'm not sure if I should believe her that it's too much acid or is it too little stomach acid. The MD wants to up the dose of PPIs. I want to stop taking chemicals. I take all the supplements you suggest and have even cut out bulletproof coffee, teas, chocolate, citrus, garlic, onions, mint. I drink ginger tea. I chew DGL licorice to no avail. I value your suggestions on stomach acid and on how to lose the burn, but keep using food as medicine. Many, many thanks. Lori.
So Lori's asking some really good questions about reflux and about treating it, about whether she should take acid blocking medication and what's causing it, and should she change her diet. And these are all awesome questions. So let's talk about reflux for a minute. One of the biggest selling categories of drugs are what we call PPIs, or acid blockers. Now, when I was in medical school, these drugs, we were told only to use them for 6 weeks, that they were highly powerful, that they suppress stomach acid, and now we know that these drugs can help people with ulcers, but they should be used for a short time. And they're given out like candy, and it's one of the biggest selling drugs ever. And when you take it, what happens is you suppress your stomach acid, you have a harder time absorbing and digesting food. You get B12 deficiency because it suppresses your stomach acid. It causes bad bugs to grow in your gut. We call it bacterial overgrowth. It can cause irritable bowel syndrome. It can cause osteoporosis. It can cause pneumonia. All sorts of crazy things can happen when you take these drugs, and they should be used very carefully and judiciously. So then the question is, well, if you don't do that, well, what do you do? What do you take? What are the right treatments? Well, we start out with dealing with diet, and clearly Lori has done that. She's gotten rid of a lot of the things that are triggering reflux for many people. Caffeine, sugar, processed food, fried food, spicy food, tomato-based foods, and so on. These are alcohol. All these drive reflux. Also, nutritional deficiencies like magnesium. So you want to look at the whole picture of what they're eating. And then you want to understand what could be the actual cause. As in functional medicine, we look at the cause. And for her, it's possible that she's actually got bacterial overgrowth or yeast overgrowth in her gut, that she has food sensitivities that haven't been identified, that she could even have a bacteria called H. pylori that needs to be treated. So we got to go down into the depths to figure out what are the root causes. And if you don't deal with those things, people often won't get better. And I've had so many people on the 10-day detox, if I get them, that they eliminate the trigger foods or they eliminate food sensitivities, like gluten is a big one, and they get better very quickly. But for those people who need more help, they need to dig down and look at what's going on with their stomach acid. Sometimes we think it's lack of too much stomach acid, but it might be lack of enough stomach acid or even bad digestion, not enough good enzymes. So I really encourage people to look at holistically at all this. And I've actually written a great blog on this. I encourage you to check it out. Just put in Hyman reflux, 3 steps to get rid of your reflux and heartburn. So good luck with that. And I think if you just follow those instructions, you'll get rid of your reflux.